Alrighty, Patriots, so what we're going to do now is we are going to actually identify if lines are parallel or perpendicular by looking at their equations. We already know parallel lines are two lines that go the same direction and don't touch. Well, what is that? And perpendicular, two lines that cross at a right angle. Well, what does that look like from the equation? Well, first off, we need to remember what the equation of a line is. The equation of any line is y equals mx plus b. You know that from Algebra 1. Y is, of course, any y value that is on the line. M is the slope of the line. That is the steepness of the line. It is rise over run. Slope is rise over run. Change in y over change in x. X will be the x value from any point on the line, and b is my y-intercept. This is where my line crosses the y-axis, this vertical axis. So if I give you a graph where I have a line, B is where I cross the y-axis. So B is at -1 for this line. To find slope, we're going to count rise. This line from this point to this point, I'm counting between these 2 points from here to here, we have a rise of 6. And then I run +2. So the slope of this line is 6 over 2, which of course can be reduced to 3. Now, how does this help us determine the relationship between these lines? Well, lines can be one of these 4 things. They can be coinciding, they can be parallel, they can be perpendicular, or they could be none of the above, which is just intersecting but not being perpendicular. So if lines are coinciding, what that means, they are exactly the same. I will take one line and I can write it y equals mx plus b. The other line will also be y equals mx plus b. They will be exactly the same. So when I'm looking at these, I know the first m will equal the second m. So parallel lines are going to be lines that have the same slope. Oh, sorry, I forgot one more. And not only does m equal m, but b equals b. M equals M and B equals B. We're going to need to remember this for tomorrow. So lines that have the same slope but different y-intercepts are parallel. So if M equals M, but B does not equal B, then these lines are parallel. Negative reciprocals are when I'm going to take one slope, I'm going to flip it upside down, and I'm going to change the sign. So in general, what I am going to say is m becomes -1 over m. So if we're looking at this with numbers, that would be something like 2/3. So I'm going to flip it upside down, and I'm going to change the sign. Another example could be -4. This is a fraction. It's -4 over 1. So when I flip it upside down, it becomes 1 over 4, and I change the sign from negative to positive. And then none of these. If these conditions don't apply, these lines are just intersecting but not perpendicular. All right, so come in ready to do our bell work tomorrow. If you've got any questions, of course, ask, and I will see you when I see you, Patriots.